Stop scrolling for 1 second. If you've been thinking about packing up your New York life and heading to the Queen City in Charlotte, North Carolina, then you better listen up. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and I made that big move myself almost 16 years ago. And let me tell you, moving from New York to Charlotte is not just about a cheaper cost of living. It's an entire lifestyle change. Some of it's amazing. Quite a bit of it is an adjustment. And if you're not ready, it might shock you. Hey friends, I'm Evie DeJesus, your Charlotte area realtor and relocation specialist. I help families, professionals, and yep, my fellow New Yorkers make the smoothest move possible to the Queen City. Since I've walked in your shoes, I can give you the real deal on what to expect. No sugarcoating, just real talk. So in this video, I'm breaking down what life is actually like when you trade the city that never sleeps for the city that's on the rise. We're going to talk cost of living, culture shock, neighborhoods, and the biggest differences that can either make you fall in love with Charlotte or have you packing your bags and heading back to JFK. Stick around until the end because I'll share my top tip that every New Yorker needs to know before buying a home here. Cost of living. Let's keep it real. New York is expensive. Housing, food, parking, even a slice of pizza costs way too much. In Charlotte, the first thing you're going to notice is your money stretches further, just a little more. Median home prices in Charlotte are sitting around $430,000 as of this summer, compared to New York, where it's over $800,000. That's a pretty big difference. That means you can actually buy a home with space, a backyard, a garage, and maybe even a pool without having to sell your soul to the bank. Groceries, gas, dining out, all of it, it's a little cheaper. But don't get me wrong, Charlotte has gotten more expensive over the years. Why? Because so many of us are moving here. But compared to New York City, it's a breath of fresh air for your wallet. Pace of life. Now back in Brooklyn, life moved at lightning speed. The days were packed, the sidewalks were crowded, and everything felt like it had to be done yesterday. Charlotte has a completely different rhythm. People here take their time, they smile at you, they strike up little conversations in the line at the store, and honestly, it feels nice. The pace here is more relaxed, but don't confuse that with a lack of ambition. Folks in Charlotte still work hard, but there's not that constant push of being in a rush 24/7. For families especially, that balance is a huge game changer. It gives you space to breathe and actually enjoy your life. The job market. Another reason New Yorkers come down here. Jobs. Charlotte is a major banking hub for Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Truist. They're all here. Plus you got tech companies, healthcare systems, and tons of growing industries are making Charlotte one of the fastest growing metros in the US. So if you're remote, even better, you are good. You can actually keep your New York City paycheck and enjoy Charlotte's cost of living. That's like winning the relocation lottery in my eyes. Culture shock. Let's talk about the adjustments. You're going to miss the things like food. I'm sorry, but there is nothing like a real Brooklyn bagel or a slice of pizza at 2 a.m. Charlotte's food scene is growing, but don't get me wrong. Some of those New York staples, such as Chinese food and pizza, are very hard to find here. Now, on the flip side, you're going to fall in love with things you never had up north, like big backyards, less traffic, breweries on every corner, and the lake lifestyle at Lake Norman. Instead of being crammed in a tiny apartment, you'll be out on a boat on the weekends, soaking up the sun. Neighborhoods. If you're moving from New York, you'll want to know where to land. If you want that city vibe, Uptown Charlotte or South End will give you the high rises, nightlife, and the walkability you desire. Now, if you want family-friendly suburbs, Huntersville, Cornelius, and Davidson near Lake Norman are some of the hot spots. Now, if you're after trendy, but still affordable, you need to check out Plaza Midwood, Noda, and even University City. There's literally a neighborhood for every lifestyle. You just need the right guide to match you with the best fit. Quick pause. If you're watching this because you're seriously considering the move, let's connect. I know exactly what it's like to leave New York City and start fresh here in Charlotte. And I can walk you through every step of the buying or renting process. My info is below, or just drop a comment and tell me what part of New York you're coming from. I love hearing those stories. The biggest adjustments. Let me be straight with you. Summer in Charlotte is hot. It's hot as hell here. I'm just saying. I'm talking sticky, humid, walk outside and your hair gives up kind of hot. And forget the makeup. But then winter comes and it's mild, at least to me compared to New York City. Occasionally it drops into the teens and the 20s, and some winters I've actually had to pull out my North Face. Anyways, there's no shoveling snow, so that's a huge win in my book. Driving? Well, you better have a car. Public transportation is not New York City level. Yeah, we have a light rail, but if you want to explore the area, you'll definitely need a vehicle. The biggest win though, community. Neighbors wave, people check on each other, and you can actually get involved without feeling like a small fish in a big ocean. For me, that sense of belonging was worth every bit of the adjustment, and the adjustment is a process. So here's my advice to my fellow New Yorkers. Don't try to recreate New York here. Seriously. Embrace what makes Charlotte special. The slower pace, the lower cost, the family-friendly lifestyle. If you're open to change, this move can be the best decision you've ever made. I'm living proof, baby. So if you're a New Yorker thinking about making the jump to Charlotte, now you know what you're walking into. The good, the different, and the exciting. And hey, if you want more tips about moving to Charlotte, or you need a local realtor to help you find your new home, hit that subscribe button. Drop a quick comment and reach out. It's that simple. I'd love to be your go-to realtor for this next chapter of your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.